Good everyone, today's video, and today we have another discussion video featuring the Akutan Zero. And as you can tell by the title, it's about runway camping. Yeah, sadly, this is yet another issue I've been meaning to bring up, and well, the other day I took out the Akutan, the XP50, and also the A7M1 NK9H, which obviously you've seen a review for, and yet you still haven't seen a review for Akutan yet, because this thing keeps getting itself into discussion videos. It's had more discussion videos than any other aircraft, and yet I've still not done the review or published a review for it. But don't worry, it's coming. So, what is today's topics going to be? Well, it's about runway camping and match timer. Now, of course, quite a few people have brought up the match timer, so I'm not really going to discuss my personal opinion on it. I think it needs to be at least 40 minutes if you're going to do this sort of thing, because 25 is just far too short. But I'm also not going to be bringing up what I would do to fix runway camping, because a YouTuber has already done that for me. Albeit with a couple of changes, it would be solid. I mean, there's another few things that I would add to it, but you know, Gaijin, they're like minimal effort, so I'm probably not going to say those today. But what we're going to be doing today is I'm obviously not going to show the full replay. I mean, the 6 kill run I got in Akutan was pretty impressive considering the odds. But that's not what we're here for today. We're not here to show the Akutan in a good light. That's going to be for its review, which will eventually come. But the main reason why I brought this up is because the other day when I did my special task, which was 25 player kills, I saw nothing but runway campers. From small fighters like Spitfires to bombers like B-18s and 264s. I saw a lot camping. And the problem is that this has been an issue for so many years and nothing has been done about it. Obviously, as per with the last discussion, I would love to hear your lot's opinion about it. Obviously, it may be different in the jet age, but for props, it's pretty much a near death, or a guaranteed death most of the time. But the funny thing is that I've also noticed that the Airfield AAA, whenever we want it to work, like if we're landing, getting a repair or ammunition, the AAA basically does fuck all. And I personally think Gaijin has some sort of bias towards certain players. Like they'll let certain lower tip or lower level players camp and have insane AA, but yet whenever it comes to level 100 players who are more experienced and should know to not get damaged or not run out of ammunition for whatever reason, which is a very silly decision on their part, that their AA should do absolutely nothing. I think that's a little unfair, personally, and I've had this fair share of experience throughout the day as well, as mentioned in the previous 25 kills. But anyway, I'm going to cut to the part of the replay where the camping starts. Same with the second battle, which is where I will show the other runway camping incident, and we will go from there. So I will see you all in the replay of the first match. Well, welcome back. I've fast forwarded us to the moment the camping started. As you can tell, the B-18 is landing, but the Spitfire has started circling the runway already. And this isn't a scumbag alert to these players, but this is more of a keep an eye out for these players. And, like, there's nothing that's going to happen in the chat, anything, other than me saying it must be a day that ends in Y. But this is what it's going to be like for the next 15 minutes, pretty much. Well, apart from one bit. As you can tell, I'm on 2 kills in this match. I've slapped a... what did I kill? I killed a... I think it was a Yak, and also a J&A who had fail squatted. And on the enemy team, we have Lasky 11, who's like level 27, and Benaspati Ginny. I'm not sure how you say that. But the key issue here is that Banaspati is something what you would call a smurfer. Now, if you don't know what a smurfer is, that is well, either you've been living under a rock, which, yeah, you really should know what a smurfer means, especially in this day and age. But to put it simply, a smurfer is an individual who is a highly experienced player and will either create a new account or change their name to make themselves look like a noob. And essentially, that's how they do it to grind kill death ratios, brag to their friends, things like that. It's that sort of thing. And my personal thought of this battle was that Banaspati was the one encouraging the Spitfire to runway camp. Now, looking at the replay before I did this video, I would assume that Lasky was the one encouraging runway camping, not just the Smurfer. Because if we go to the B-18's perspective, it looked like he was actually trying to go away from the airfield. As you can tell, the airfield's right there, but it looked like he was actually going to try and go. But as you can tell, the Spitfire is staying very close to him. And this is what it's going to be like for the next few minutes. And it was nearly 15 minutes of runway camping. As you saw there, I made a dive at the Spitfire. And I put in chat one of Harry's favourite quotes: "More runway campers must be a day that ends in Y." And I absolutely love that quote. I know it's one of Harry's bits and he hates it when I steal his bits, but I'm sorry, that is one of the best bits you've got, mate, so I'm stealing it for the moment. But this is what it's going to be like for a good 5, 10, 15 minutes, because that's just how long these guys camped. The B-18 was the worst for this camping, but the Spitfire makes an error, and I soon exploit that. Obviously, I'm in Akutan 0. This thing is not exactly designed to take a beating. Yes, it may have some freedom infused with it, but it's still a 0. You can't exactly guarantee that you're gonna survive an incident with a runway when you're in a 0. As you'll see in the second match, I am not so lucky. But if I just skip ahead a little bit further, the Spitfire makes an error, and I take this opportunity to strike. Obviously, I do take a hit from the AAA, but as you can tell, the Spitfire is not even trying to fight. He's just trying to turn straight towards the runway, trying to avoid the P40 here. I've already scored critical damage. And that crit right there just took out its tail control, and that gets me my third and final kill. But did you notice then, when the camera zoomed back after I looked back to make sure the Spitfire had fully gone down? Who's still camping? That's right, the B-18. And he does this for another 6 or so minutes, and then comes out once the tickets are in his favour, and wins the match because I couldn't catch him. Yeah, I had this all day, and as you can imagine, my temper soon got the better of me, as you're going to see in match number 2. Speaking of match number 2, how about we go take a look? I'll see you all in a minute. So welcome back. As you can tell, this match is far different from the first one, and that I'm already on an ace. This team was not very good, and as a result, I kind of had to pull my weight, and I managed to. But as you can tell, Le Champion Bomb, I've already shot down his teammate, and he was a bit angry at me, as you can imagine. He actually came out to fight. He didn't want to do what Nicholas 336A is currently doing. Yeah, Nicholas is the camper in this. Le Champion Bomb actually had the balls to try and fight, and I have to give him credit for that. He had the balls. He at least tried. He's in a Leo. He can't really do a lot against an A6M3, because I do have another teammate in this. He has 1 kill, and I have 5, which this is going to be number 6. But, as you can see, he's taking a head-on with a 0, which he knows is a suicide move. But at least he tried. He gave it his best for his team. He actually tried to help his team. But as you can see, Nicholas 336A, who is a level 100, just to point out, in his Italian Z1007 Biz Series 3 bomber is going to start camping. As you can tell, he's not really done much for his team. He went straight for bases, not even ground targets, nothing of the sort. He just went for bases, didn't really give a fuck about whatever his team did. His team did well, but yet he still has the brass balls to insult his team. Now, here's where my anger kinda got the better of me. I mean, I've snapped worse, but still. Now, before I continue here, back in the day, before AA is the way it is now, you used to be able to do this. You used to be able to fly into cloud cover and use it as cover, so to speak, from the AAA, and then you could deal with a target in the clouds. Unfortunately, it seems Gaijin has not modeled this correctly, naturally with their spaghetti code. One hit, which, as you can tell, does that. And here you can see in the chat, he's actively laughing. So I put in chat, imagine camping at BR 3.3, because that's what this is. This is a top tier game for Akutan. And there I go. One shot. And that's it. That's my Akutan gone. One shot from the AAA. Bear in mind I survived 2 from the previous match, but clearly Gaijin didn't like the fact that I got 6 kills. But as you can see, my other teammate, Razvet, is going in for a run. And he's still turning back. He's turning back towards the runway. He's dropped his payload. And you can see he's completely outrunning the A6M3, even if the A6M3 was flying in the actual way that he should have been, but obviously he's running away from the AAA, which I don't blame him. Now, Razvet does manage to survive the match, but Nicholas is proving exactly the problem with this game, and that's toxic players. He's blaming the game, and obviously I'm calling him out for his lack of actual capability to his team. He's blaming it on the economy, he's blaming it on the game being toxic, which that doesn't make any sense. That's not how it works. It's the community that is toxic, and clearly this guy is. But as you can see, I'm starting to lose my patience. I'm saying right here we have one of the main issues of War Thunder, toxic campers, nothing for your team as per normal with camper scum. And here he says the team doesn't give an F about me, so why should I? No, your team did give an F about you because they actually kept your ass alive. They kept your ass alive so that you could do this stupid shit. And this is the problem we're having now. I had nothing but campers for a good few hours as I grinded my special task. And I was 1 kill away from the special task after this match. If this guy hadn't camped, I would have likely finished it. But you're always going to get players, no matter the level, as I'm going to present here, who just don't care. And if he really had a problem with his economy, why does he have so many vehicles? He just uses it as an excuse. And I'm not being funny, right? With someone who uses a P47M for ground attack, you should not be struggling with SL. So that's my thought of the process here. I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know what you guys think of this mini discussion in the comments below. I would love to hear it. Don't worry, the Akutan Zero is coming soon for its review. I can promise you that. I think the Key 61 is coming before it. But yeah, this is a problem that really needs fixing. And I don't think we're going to be having it fixed for more years to come yet, because clearly players like this and the 2 you saw beforehand are just going to abuse it. So, but anyway, I'll see you all on the next one.